Then, once it's done, we go on with more cards. As a whole, there are 42 cards in the game. And then they will make drawings. They will put color. They will put colors on the arrows. They will make drawings. They will find a title. So this kind of creative part in the game. And lately, maybe they will make a presentation on the wall. And the last part is that we will have a debrief. They will have a debate about climate, about what can be done to solve the climate issue. So at the personal level, at the company's level, at the political level. And this moment is very important because it's a moment when you really think about what can be done. And if you just remain on the last part of the game, which is, the last cards are about armed conflict, famines, etc. So it's very bad news. So we don't want to stay with that very bad statement. We want to go back home with the hope about the solutions. So that's why we stay 1 hour to talk about the solution. And then the COVID occurred. A few figures about where we are now. There are more than 200,000 people who have played the game, and there are 10,000 moderators of the game in the world. So it's in many countries. It's 50 countries at the moment, and it's translated in 35 languages so far. So that's where we stand today. And what happened is that during the last COVID session in France, there was a lockout in March 2020, and then everybody's schedule was completely empty, and it was impossible to organize our workshop because it's in person. It's an in-person workshop. So we had to find a solution. In a few days, we found a solution. It's here. I'm going to show you how it works. In a few days, we found a solution online, and the tool that we used is called Mural. And with Mural, the connection is not easy, but it's going to come. Maybe I will switch to here. Yeah. On Mural, it's possible to play the game. So within a few days, we found a solution. We put some pictures. We put a caption on each picture, etc. And it was possible to play online. So it's not the same experience. It's not as lively because we don't see each other. We don't see the other people's eyes, what is their expression, what is their feeling about it. But still, it's possible to play it, and we have people moving the card at the same time. I'm moving a card right now, and somebody who's playing with me is going to move another card, and I can see the caption here, etc. So I can see information about the cards. I will zoom in, I will zoom out, etc. And so what we're going to do now, there are people who are playing at the same time. Oh, what's going on? Maybe you don't share the right thing. Anyway, we're going to show you how it looks like in a few moments. So then we were able to play online, and as everybody was free, because maybe you remember the first lockout, your planning is emptied in a few days, and then you don't know what to do, so you organize a Zoom appetizer, you organize things like that, and so then we were able to occupy the space with that project. All the people of the association were mobilized to play it, to moderate it, and we organized even a work group just to talk about the association and the future of the project, etc. So there was a lot of energy that we were able to gather around the project at that period. Why can't we see it? Okay, the Wi-Fi is too weak here. But anyway, now, so as you understand, this game is about pedagogy. And why is it important to to do some pedagogy about the climate, to explain things, to bring the knowledge to everybody, and to do it at a very large scale, because we are 8 billion on Earth, and we are all concerned by climate change. And the number of people who really know about the climate is so far very, very weak. So we need to scale up very quick. So this game is about pedagogy. But you're going to say, maybe, yeah, pedagogy is nice, but we need action, not just words, not just knowledge. Here we are. Okay. So, yeah, you will see that while I'm talking, people will be playing with the game and making the arrows. The wiki is really weak, so we cannot see on real time. But you will see the arrows connecting the cards, etc. Yeah, so this game is about knowledge. It's not about action. Even if we talk about what can be done at the end, we talk about the solutions. But it's not in itself about action. So you may say, yeah, it's just words. But why do I think pedagogy and knowledge is important? Have you seen what happens with the COVID crisis? We have, I think there's a lack of knowledge about the coronavirus. We don't all know how it works, what it is, or how the vaccine works, etc. We don't know that very well. And you're going to say, maybe what's the connection with the climate issue? But I see a few connections. The first point is that in both cases, it's a global issue. The virus doesn't know any frontier, any border. And the same for CO2. CO2 has no border. You can emit CO2 in UK or in Djibouti. It's going to be the same. It's going to be in the air, and it's going to have an impact on a global scale. So it's a global issue. When we try to solve the issue only with one country, it doesn't work. It has to be everybody's country, all the countries' emissions that reduce at the same time. And with the virus, it's the same. Developed countries try to keep the vaccine for themselves. And then in India, in Brazil, there was a lot of a big pandemic, and then people, it was a playground for the vaccine, for the virus, sorry. It was a playground for the virus, and the virus invented a new variant, and then this variant came back to our countries. So you cannot solve the issue only with one part of the world. You cannot have the rich countries that will be safe from the virus, and the rest of the world will suffer from it. It doesn't work. We get the boomerang effect from what we did. And with climate, it's going to be the same. Only a few countries who don't play the game, and then it's going to have an impact on all of us. So that was the first reason why there is a connection between two. The second common point is that it takes individual behaviors changes to solve it. With the virus, we have to wear masks, we have to keep social distancing, to do the sanitizer, all of these things. And if only a few people don't do it, then the rest of the community will suffer from it. And the same with climate. And then we really soon reach the moment when these changes in individual behaviors are not enough. You are fed up with the mask. You don't want to do this and this. And you're not really serious about it. And then that's when comes the moment when you need to have political measures, to take political decisions, to really force people to do it. Never mind. And I don't know how it works in your country, but where I'm from France, and we have a lot of fake news on the internet about the vaccine, about the virus. You even have conspiracy theories about it. And what I think is that the moment when you take political decisions that are not very comfortable for everybody, that are unpleasant, then people tend to listen to these guys who tell you, you know, we're not very sure about the virus, etc. And what I think is that with climate, it could be the same. We have had some climate skepticals who told us, you know, there is no global warming, it's not humans' responsibility. So there are people who were denying climate change. So we had these climate deniers first. That was the first generation. The second generation is about people who tell us, yes, okay, there is a climate, there's a global warming. Okay, it's true, it's caused by human activity. But come on, it's not that important. Let's not take measures that are even worse than the problem. And these people are delayers, because of their action, we will delay the need, the really solutions. And I'm afraid there could be a last generation of people who will delay the solutions, people who will tell us that it's too late, people who will bring a message of despair. So what we need, because if we don't prepare everybody with pedagogy, with knowledge about the climate, then and about this mistake, then there could be a lot of people in the population who listen to these voices of denial, of delaying, and also of despair. So what we need to build is a collective immunity against denials, against delayers, and against despair too. And that's what we try to do with the climate risk. So that's it. Maybe now you have a few questions about it. Thanks for listening. Oh yes, here we have we see the solutions. So I will go through what we have here. Here you have, just below you have human activities and like building, transportation, etc. And these human activities, they will use fossil fuel here, and the agriculture will cause deforestation and emit other greenhouse gases. And deforestation and fossil energies will emit CO2 that will go in the ocean and in the atmosphere. And in the atmosphere, you have greenhouse effect. Radiative forcing, that is the unbalance between the energy coming from the sun and what is emitted by the Earth. And this energy will accumulate on Earth in different places, like in the ocean, most of it, in the air, and also by melting ice. And it goes on like this, and you will understand later the consequences of all of these things. So that's how the climate risk works. And I invite you to practice it, because you will have here it's a special format that is just a demonstration on how it works. And also, if you want to practice it, we invite you to join us in the Conway restaurant, just there. Every day at 10, 12, 2 o'clock, 3 or 4 o'clock, etc., we'll be there, and you will be able to have a demo. Depending on your time, it can be 15 minutes, it can be 2 hours. It's okay. That's how it goes. So now maybe you have questions. Thanks for listening first. Do you have questions? Yes. How flexible can we be? When doing the game, at the end, you have all the participants, like maybe 20 people that were on different tables, 20 people gather and have this discussion about the solutions. And the moderator will be only somebody who gives the talk to the people here. And the group will work on, will debate on the solutions. So there's not one specific person who will say, okay, I have the solution for this game, and this is a solution. I mean, maybe you, as a participant, will have your idea about what can be done, but other participants will bring also their own ideas, and it's going to be a debate. So maybe you can bring a very nice solution, and people will be happy. Some other people may bring a solution that is completely stupid, and hopefully somebody in the group will say, no, I don't believe in that, you see? So it's collective intelligence. That's how it works. Does it answer your question? Thank you. Yes.
You said that there was 10,000 facilitators
Yeah.
who can then carry out the game. Do you learn to be a facilitator whilst playing it?
Oh, how do you become a facilitator? Good question. So first you play the game, so it lasts 3 hours, as I said, and then you become a facilitator, and it takes half a day to 1 day to become a facilitator. It depends on, sometimes it's half a day, sometimes it's 1 day. So it's very quick, you see. And once you are a facilitator, even if you're not a climate expert, it's okay. You can do it. You can facilitate. You will become a climate expert after 10, 20 times that you moderate it, because you will be facing the questions, answering the questions, etc. And we will also provide some pedagogical material for you to gain confidence and to gain knowledge about the climate. So that's how it goes. Yeah?
That was really interesting. What costs are involved for learners or for people who want to become facilitators? Is there a cost involved to people who want to engage with this? How does that work?
So how much does it cost? When you want to get trained, yeah, most of the time you have to pay for it. So it's 30 euros on if it's through the association. It can be a few hundred euros if it's for a company. If you are part of a company and you will have to pay a bit more. It can be half a day or 1 day. So there is a little cost for that. It's quite a little investment compared to knowledge you gain. And then there are questions of license. You can use it. You can use the climate risk for free, as long as you use it for free. I mean, as long as you moderate for people who didn't pay for it, then it's completely free, and including education. So for young people, also for universities, colleges, you can use it for free in these cases. But you can also use it for money, for profit, in a company. Like you go and see a big company and you say, I want to moderate the game for you, and then they will pay for it. In this case, you will give 10% back to the association, which is in charge of running the project, creating the pedagogical tools, and spreading the game. So, and also, when a company uses the game internally, they will train internal moderators, and then they will do the job with their colleagues. In this case, they have to pay 3 euros per participant to the association in order to, well, that's the fees for using the game, because it's in a professional context, and in this case, it's not for free. And these fees are one of the biggest incomes for the association. And that's the reason why the association is spreading so fast, because it's not. It could be whether completely proprietary game, and nobody can use it unless you pay, and then you have a huge amount of incomes, but not a very large spreading. And the other solution is it's free for everybody. Everybody can use it, even make money with that, and there's no fees. And in this case, the association would have no financing. And we chose something in between, that it's a positive feedback loop, if you want, because the more people play, the more money we have, the more we are able to spread the game, build the tools, etc. And that's how it goes. Today, the association has 15 people working full-time for it, and tens, if not hundreds, of benevolence people, and also 10,000 moderators in the world. Yes?
Who runs the training for people to become facilitators?
Yeah.
How often do they run the day?
So who are the people who run the trainings? It's experienced moderators. So you have facilitators who have been just trained, and they just need to improve, and they train a few. They moderate a few sessions, and once you have a facilitator, like once you have facilitated something like 20 different workshops, and you feel confident enough, then you go through a process of recruitment, and you become a trainer for the trainers. And we do like in a karate, we have the white belt, yellow belt, etc. So when you are a green belt, it means you are a trainer for other people, and you are recruited by a blue belt. Yeah. And so all the facilitators are invited to go through this journey and pass their different belts. So that's also the reason why it's growing in a very organic way, because the more people we have, the more trainers we have. Today there are 200 trainers of facilitators, and 20 instructors who will recruit the trainers. And these figures, all the figures, grow the same way, the same rate. So it works. Yeah. Other questions? What time is it? How much? 6:30. 50. So yeah, we 5 minutes. Okay. Any more question? Yes.
You said that the sessions sort of end with action. Is it thinking about general actions that the world needs to take, or is it thinking about actions that the individual can take?
Is it individual actions or global actions? It's both, in fact. The debate starts with what we can do at the personal level. It often starts like that. We should do this and this. We should give up car, stop eating meat, etc. And after a while, we realize that it won't be that easy because of people's will, because of financial issues, for many reasons. And then we understand that it won't be enough, and we will need some political measures. And so that's, in a normal debate, we'll talk about what we can do at our level, what can be done at the company's level, if it's a company, what can be done at the political level, even at the global level, like organizing COPs, and try to coordinate all the efforts of the different countries. And also, among the solutions, most of the time we talk about the fact that people don't know about it. And as they don't know, they don't act. So bringing knowledge to other people is one of the actions. Any other question? Well, I think that's it. So thanks for listening, and we'll be most of the people of the team are here. If you have more questions, and I'll be happy that you come for a demo here or later in the restaurant. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.